Okay, hello to everyone and welcome to this industry insight session. I can see Bonisam, I can see Sinki, I can see Meli, I can see Tchouala, I can see Agantis. Wow, that's great, that's great, that's great. Alright, so if you all can get me, please send reactions. You can just react inside here so I can know that everyone can get me. Okay, okay. I can see the reactions. All right. That's great. Okay, okay. Um, Meli, how are you doing?
Hello, it's Yannick, right?
Yeah,
I'm
that's
doing fine. I'm
okay.
doing fine, and I hope everyone can get me. Like, is my audio audible? Am I audible? That's what I mean.
Yeah. You're clear now.
Okay.
Okay, so
I cannot
yeah,
be sure.
everyone. I'm called Bebong Chuyanik. Um, a trainer at Ice Park Inno in Boya, Cameroon. So you're all welcome for this industry insight session on security in software engineering. So let's just get to the chase at once. No wasting of time here. So this insight session is going to be with Meli Imelda, a master's student in applied cybersecurity and a passionate advocate for secure software development. So she brings hands-on experience in web and application security, penetration testing, and network defense. Wow. That's a big repertoire there. I can't wait for it to start. Okay, so she'll share valuable insights on how security fits into the software engineering process. So, like we all know, our world keeps evolving, and software engineers or anyone in the IT field should know by now that security matters a lot. Okay, so she's going to share valuable insights on how security fits into the software engineering process, from secure coding practices to identifying and mitigating vulnerabilities early in development. Wow, big terms there. Well, never mind. Meli is going to help us to break all that down. So, uh, Mehdi, can you introduce yourself to us? Like, tell us more about yourself. I know I've said something, but let us know more about you, please.
Hold on. I'm trying to figure this thing out to see which screen I need to share. So, once,
Oh,
but
all
let
right.
me know if what you're seeing, so I'm more settled and.
All right,
Okay.
that's fine. So we can see hands-on
So
security,
hold on. So what are you seeing?
security in software engineering.
Okay, this is not what I expected, but hold on. Please give me a moment. I'm trying to get this right.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Take your time. I mean,
But
you created the
if
right word.
I'm talking well, um, you've said everything. That's what I want to say. So I don't know what else I need to say. You've introduced me. My name is Meli Melda, and currently I am studying a master. I'm currently pursuing a master's in applied cybersecurity. So during this presentation, I'm going to share what I've learned so far, the mistakes that I've seen, and yeah, what I've just been exposed to, with the hopes that you, as software engineers, can avoid it, or when you're developing your software, you should pay extra attention to it, because as you discover in my presentation, security is everyone's responsibility, and it should not be for just your security team. A simple configuration can go a long way. Okay, so that's it. I At any point during my presentation, let me know if I'm not audible enough, or if I forgot to switch the screen or something like that. But yeah, can I go ahead and start?
All right, that's fine. Yeah, you may go ahead and start. And also, please, let's just I wish to know, is it like should it be interactive? As in, can we cut you, or should we raise a hand if
It's
we need something?
exactly. I think it would be better if you just, speak out, because I
Oh,
am on the presentation slide, and I may not see hands being raised. So
oh,
at any point, just let me know if you have any questions, and yeah. Or
oh,
in if you want it to be more, if there should be more orderly, maybe they can raise their hands, and since you're the trainer, you could interrupt me, and then I would stop, or anyone can just speak. Anyway, however works for you is fine.
all right, that's fine. So yeah, we all get it. If in case of any doubts, any issues, any clarifications, you can always raise your hand, and we are going to be called to give your issue or present whatever you want to do. All right,
Okay.
Meli, over to you.
Okay, so again, hello everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about security in software engineering. So we are going to start by discussing what is cybersecurity as a whole. Then we'll focus on security in software engineering in particular. We'll also look at when software security failed, because it's good. Like, you may think all of this is just talk until you actually see the number of companies that have been affected by a because of a flaw in their software design or something. We are going to look at those incidents. And finally, we are going to have a small lab, because, again, I did not want to make this heavy, and with the hopes that everyone can follow along. So I'll start by asking you guys, how safe are you online? By safe, I mean that can you confidently say that you've never been hacked? And when you have so many accounts, like you have your Facebook account, your Instagram account, so many social media accounts, even your GitHub, do you know where all this data about yourself goes? Like when you provide your email, when you provide your name, your date of birth, do you know how all of this data is being handled? Do you know if you were part of a breach, and so on? Now, it may be difficult to answer, so let's go ahead and check. I want I want you all to scan this QR code, and it will take you to this website, haveibeenpwned.com. Now, panic not. The Have I Been Pwned website is it's a legitimate website. It was created by a security developer, and it's completely safe, I think. Again, I cannot be 100% sure, but it is safe, since you just need to type in your address, your email address, and then it will tell you whether or not you've been part of a data breach. Now, let me share my screen, so I also check if I've been pawned, if my email appeared in any breach. So I'm on Have I Been Pawned? Yeah, let me try to use an email address that I don't use often, because it would be weird if we all see the sites that I was pawned at. I hope you all are also checking. Ooh, this is cool. I've not been part of any data breach. But yeah, let's be real. Let me check for another email address that I use often. Um, Meli email that Tchouala. Is that it? Okay.
Yeah, Tiola, anything?
I've checked. I've not been pawned as well.
That's
Oh,
actually cool.
that's great
So
to
you
hear.
haven't, you were not part of any security breach. Now I think this one was pawned, and see, it was part of two security breaches in February 2024. I used, I think, I don't know which reactions are you guys using because I can hear the sound. Ah, yeah, it's a surprise because I hear, ooh. Okay, yeah, so I did use this
Pause.
service and it shows that my, like, this cutout pro was compromised in 2024. And like, it's an interesting tool. You should just try it out and see where, like, you were to see if you were part of a breach. And then if you were part of a breach, obviously do not panic. Simply log into this email address and log into it and try to what yes, change your password and change your password. That's it. That's what I mean to say. So
Wow,
from here
thank you.
I
I
okay,
can see
thank you.
even Syncate was spawned. So Syncate, you hear what you should do?
Yeah, you should probably log into that email address and try to change your password to that email address. Also, maybe because it lists the particular website or service that was breached, and you can delete your account there or maybe change your credentials of on the website which was spawned. You can also, I think Google has this two-factor authentication thing. You can make sure it's added so that if your email is part of a breach, you can always have a default, another way of authentication so that no one can have access to that email. Yes, moving on. What is cybersecurity? Again, since I want this to be interactive, I want to hear your thoughts. If it's a term you've heard before, what do you think it's about? I mean, basically, it's about cyber and security. So when you joined it, so what do you think it means? I'm open to your thoughts.
Um, for myself, I think cybersecurity involves securing uh, applications or should I say infrastructures, whether web, mobile, or whatever system we are building. I think it's essential for us to secure them. So, yeah, briefly, cybersecurity helps secure our systems. Uh,
Okay, I think I Fiola said she wanted to participate as well.
okay, Fiola.
He said what I wanted to say. I think it means securing the cyberspace and also uh, I don't know if this is the right term, but permit me destroying malware or just anybody who wants to cause nuisance in the cyberspace, like attacking them or harming them.
Okay, okay, okay. That's it. Yeah, George, you wanted to participate as well.
Good morning, everyone. I think cyber security is about protecting IT infrastructure which is exposed to a network like the internet or something like that.
Yeah, perfect. I think all in all, we've all I'm using all in all. Anyway, I think we've all given little bits of the right definition. Oh, hello, Yanze. It's good to see your face. Yeah, so to just join everything you've said, is about protecting systems, networks, and even data from digital attacks. I think George, he mentioned that it has to be exposed to a network in order for it to be not necessarily vulnerable, but when you talk about cybersecurity in particular, it has to be accessible via a network because, again, there's physical security and other types of security, but cybersecurity has to be the asset. By asset, I mean either the IT system, the network, or the data has to be on the internet, yes, in order for it um, to be attacked or something. Yes, now the like I mentioned early on, it is everyone's responsibility, and we are going to see how exactly you as software engineers contribute. I think maybe I should have asked where everyone is from so that I get like everyone's background, so that maybe if I'm giving examples, I can touch particular areas. So yes, let's have a small pause. Oh, sorry, I was explaining what cybersecurity is. I forgot to change the slide, but yeah, this is it. But while we are looking at the definition, not definition, but like you know what I'm talking about. Let's have like 3 minutes in 30 seconds. Can everyone just tell me their background? For example, me, I have a background in network engineering. So can I don't know if I can hear. Okay, let me try to first. I can hear myself. Okay, yes. So I was saying that can everyone just tell me their background? I mentioned I have a background. I'm from a network engineering background. I want to say for the people I know, you guys should not talk, but let me give you the opportunity to talk. Fiola, yes. Which background do you have?
Okay, hello. Thank you, Meli, for the opportunity. I am from a software engineering background.
Okay, then should I be calling everyone's name? Sinke, which background do you have?
Hey, guy. Okay, sorry, I was muted. Oh, uh, I'm from a software engineering background right now.
Okay,
Actually, yeah.
okay, cool, 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 cool. So, in fact, will it be easier if you just drop it in the chat? I think so. So, just drop it in the chat and we are going to check it and move on from there because I just want to know where everyone's from and from there I would be able. Okay, so most people are from software engineering. Okay, that's cool. Um, moving on. Now, what exactly? There's a basis for all security measures. Should I say security measures? So when we yes, the foundation of all security thinking. If you're trying to make something secure, you have to focus um on three fundamental, I don't want to say thoughts, pillars or whatever. But yes, the CIA triad is like the foundation of security. If you're building something and you want it to be secure, by secure, you have to ensure that it is confidential, like the confidentiality of it has not been compromised, the integrity has not been compromised, and also its availability. So you cannot say that something is secured and then no one is able to have access to it, then what's the point of it being secured? It has to be available to everyone. It has its integrity has to be maintained, and again its confidentiality as well. Now we these three pillars of security is known as the CIA triad. I want to say that this is where the CIA got its name from, but I don't know. For CIA, like I mentioned, C stands for confidentiality. My hold on, have I switched? Okay, yes, I've switched slides. Hold on. Hello, can you get me? Am I audible?
Yes, you
Yes,
can.
yes.
Okay, okay, because I thought I had an issue with my mic. So, like I mentioned, for confidentiality means that the information is only accessible to those who should have it. For example, if you have your medical records, it should only be accessible to you and your doctor. Someone, probably the software engineer, no, the software engineer should at some point have access to it since he's dealing with the database. But another patient, for example, should not be able to view your records, your medical records, without your consent. By integrity, we mean that the data is accurate and has not been altered. I think that one is self-explanatory. If I'm sending an email, the email should not be like the content of the email should be exactly as I have sent it. Here we'll talk about digital signatures. By digital signatures are like most softwares today. For example, email, most of your emails are already signed, so it ensures that it is, should I say integral? No, it's not integral. But yeah, the integrity is not compromised. And by availability, it means that all the authorized users can have access to the information whenever they need it. If you're having, for example, a banking app and you want to check your balance, you should always be able to check it. It should not like the um it should be scalable. Like the application you're using should always provide you with the information whenever you need it. You should not receive information you should not receive errors like maybe there's an overload on the system or you cannot access it right now, you should try again later. That is a flaw in the security design of a system. It should be, I mean, if I'm using it, I've given up something like my personal information, I've given you my email, I've given you something, my identity, so I should be able to access it whenever I see fit. Okay, so let's talk about security in software engineering in particular, because we've mentioned that cybersecurity entails the security of not just applications but networks and even data. So let's focus on the security in software engineering. Why software engineering? Obviously, because all systems as we know them today is software. You have your bank is software, the website that you use is software. Right now, we are able to do this, to have this call or this workshop because we are using some sort of software. And yeah, obviously, a small mistake in it can, a single vulnerability can expose millions of users and that's why it's critical. For the software vulnerabilities, there are a lot of them, but we are going to be using the OAPS. I hope I'm pronouncing it. Yeah, OAPS top 10 as a reference. So we are going to check by OAPS. What do I mean by it first? Because why am I using this as a reference? OAPS, it stands for Open Web Application Security Project, and it's open source. So it's a group of people, organizations. They decided to maintain a list of the top 10 most critical security risk to web applications, and the list is updated after a couple of years. So the list that I'm going to be using is the one for 2021. The one for 2025 is going to come out later this month, the month of November. So we are going to look at the top security risk according to OAPS. So the first one that we have here is broken access control. Now, why is this one a top risk? Why is broken access control a top risk, and what exactly does it mean? It means that users can do things that they shouldn't be able to do. Yes. So, for example, users, if I authenticate, to explain this, let's say I authenticate into a website. If you usually, I feel like I'm more theoretical and I want to be able to show you what I mean in real life. So we are going to be I'm going to demonstrate broken access control on this website, YieldCard. Again, YieldCard is a security learning platform, and yes, you're supposed to be on that. It's intentionally made vulnerable. I cannot demonstrate this on the real website because one, I don't have the permission, and two, it may be difficult because if they are software developers, they should know this. So we are going to be testing it on this intentionally vulnerable website. Let's see how to log in. Let's say log in with Google or Microsoft. I don't know. I want to say I'm skeptical about logging in with my Google, but I'm going to delete my records later. So, yes, we are going on Yield Card, and I don't know. Can you where is my user information? So I go. My username is Michelle Murphy, right? And like I've been authenticated to this side as Michelle Murphy, but then meaning all this information I'm seeing on this website, it's only particular to this user, Michelle Murphy. So what happened? Can you see the URL here, yieldcard.com with profile this number? I'm guessing you can. So this number is how
Let's
do I
see.
you can't see it. Hello.
Yes, please. You said I cannot see what you're talking about.
Yeah, the
Okay.
URL.
So the URL, like I think I'm trying to highlight it. I've highlighted it. Can you see it?
No,
Was
it's
it
not visible. We can just see the
it's not
body of
I
the
visible.
can't see it.
page, but we cannot
Yeah.
see the URL.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's just what is it that's been shown? Oh, just the website. This is unfortunate. Anyway, what you can this is good. Anyway, right now from the let me copy the URL again. It's not you will not be able to access it, but if I paste this is the URL that is currently visible on the yield card. Like you have https yieldcard.com, my profile, and a certain ID. Now, as you would assume that in order for me to view someone else's account information, I should be an administrator, or I should be someone with the right permissions. I should be that user in question. But there is a security flaw in this, that if I change the number, like right now, I've changed that ID at the end to a simple. Let me type the number that I have currently, because I'm sure that you've seen that the contents of the website have changed, and I simply changed the number 3 to number 4, and now I have another user, this Jason Ross, and this is a security flaw because in software design, because I did not authenticate as Jason Ross. Initially, I was Michelle Murphy. But then by simply changing a number on the URL, I was able to authenticate as Jason Ross. This is a security flaw because obviously you're seeing this. It's true I said that it is intentionally vulnerable, but if OAPS was able to classify this as the number one software security vulnerability, meaning lots of websites are using this. Maybe now, whenever you're visiting a website and you notice that there is an ID attached to the URL, try changing the number. See what happens. Most cases, it may be validated, and then you're not able to access someone else's account. But in this case, it wasn't, and that's why we're able to see another user's information. So that's for broken access control. Should I mention here how it can be anyway, we'll see how it can be prevented later on. But the second one is cryptographic failures. Now, again, I mentioned this list is constantly updated. So in the previous, I mean, this OWASP list is constantly updated over the years. So in the previous list, it was known as sensitive data exposure. Now, this security vulnerability focuses on the failures related to cryptography. It may sound like a big term, but by cryptography, I mean like by cryptographic failures, we mean do you how do you how are your passwords, credit cards, health records, how are they stored in the database, for example? Do you store them as plain text, or like in most cases they use most software developers store such information by, for example, passwords. I know that you have to hash it before storing it in the database, because then if your database is compromised, you should not be able to see the plain text information. You should not be able to see the plain text password or something like that. So even if you have a strong password, it would mean nothing if it is stored in the database as plain text. So again, this is number two, meaning there are a lot of applications that probably maybe when they want to transmit data, they use HTTP instead of HTTPS, or you use a weak cryptographic algorithm. I think in, is it PHP? There's one way to store password as hashes. Again, the term Sammy Sharp. How do they say Sammy Sharp? Forgetting the right, yes, the right name for it. But yeah, that's an example of cryptographic failure. The next, I don't have a practical example for this one, so let's move on. The next one is injection. Now, injection is number three. What does injection mean? In every, wherever you see, you, whenever you allow the user to be able to have an input, then you're exposing yourself to an injection attack. So if you have a form on your website where you ask the users to input their user, even on login pages, yes, let me not even go right on the form, but then the login page is a form, right? Anyway, you have a whenever you ask a user for an input, you are exposing yourself to an injection vulnerability. Now, based on the type of injection that is being done, there's a different name for it. You have SQL injection, where they here I use attackers, but I want to say the user, because the user may not necessarily be malicious. He can just input something unknowingly. So you have SQL injection where the user would manipulate the database query. You also have no SQL injection, because you may be like, okay, I'm not using an SQL database, so I'm not vulnerable to this. But nope, there's another type, no SQL injection. And it does not necessarily also have to be related to databases. There's also operating system command injection. But as an example here, I want to use this. Okay, let me share this tab instead. So let's say if I have an input field on a website, and this is the, how do I put, the command that they use to get the user name and password. So it says select all, select from the users, blah, blah. Anyway, this SQL command. I want to say Fiola should explain this, because I know that she has something to do with databases and blah 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 blah. So maybe she would have the right words, but yeah, let me try. So let's say you have an input field, and you're supposed to input your username and password, and this is the command. The first line is the command that's supposed to get your username and password and probably store it in the database. Then there's a user like me that wants to test if this is indeed vulnerable to SQL injection. And in the place of username, I'm going to input this command. I'm going to, where's the command? Let me copy and paste it. Give me a moment. Again, stop me if I'm saying too much or not enough. Yes, the famous, I think most of this, and if you're caught, it's on you, but you can always try it on websites that you want to log into. So let's say if I type this as my, if I type this as my username, what this is going to do is that this is now me explaining to you how SQL commands work. The first column, the first single quote, it's used to obviously prematurely close the opening quote of the original SQL query. So, and the or, the, in fact, let me not explain it in detail. Essentially, this is going to always be true because I'm saying 1 is equals to 1, and obviously 1 is equals to 1. So if I type this as my username and I'm telling the database that I am a real user, so obviously the database is going to interpret it as this username is this person, which is true because the result has to be either true or false, and the result of this OR operation is going to be true. And now the password will not matter because again, the password I've already authenticated as a real user. So this is just an example of SQL injection. If you are interested You can, I'll share the link to again another intentionally vulnerable bank application where you can test out all the types of injection attacks. This already on its own, it's huge, so we cannot cover all of this today. The next one is insecure design. What exactly is insecure design? By the name, it means that I'm not talking about UI UX designing here, but I mean that it represents the missing or it's when there are missing or ineffective security controls in the design phase. For example, you have a if there's a flaw in the business logic, for example, in a cinema, you allow bookings with a discount, but you don't implement rate limiting. It means that um, me as a user, I can decide to purchase, let's say, 1,000 tickets because it's on discount. But that is again, it's a security flaw because why would you allow just a single person to purchase 1,000 tickets? What are they going to do with it? Again, it may sound like it's not a security flaw, but again, if it's number four, meaning that a lot of users have, a lot of developers have used it, and that's why it moved on to the fourth place. The next we have security misconfiguration. Now, this is me being confused between security misconfiguration and secure and insecure design. What is the difference? So it's a result of insecure configuration. For example, you may have unnecessary features enabled, or the way you, I don't know, whenever you try, you have an error message on a website, sometimes it can be very explicit. Like instead of telling you probably wrong pass, I think I've even seen a meme about it. They were like wrong password, like your password is wrong or something like that. Like that, it should be ambiguous. It should not be overly descriptive. Like you cannot have as an error message, maybe I don't know the example, I'm losing it. But it's about how you handle errors on the website, how you configure your HTTP headers, and how you manage sensitive information, I think. Yes. So again, I may not be explaining this, so let me just drop the list, the actual link to the OAPS thing, so that you can read and have more, more details on what exactly each of them is and how it can be prevented. But yeah, I'm going to. Oh yes, I'm going to try my best to explain the rest. Now we have
Imelda,
vulnerable and outdated components. Again, I think,
Um, Sorry for cutting you short. We're still seeing
yeah.
the SQL sheet.
Oh, shoot.
okay, I was about to
Okay.
say the
I'm
same.
sorry. Yeah, I was on number five. I explained security misconfiguration. Um, Now I'm on number six, which is vulnerable and outdated components. So the reason why I hate Windows is because after every few months, they always ask me to update my system. And knowing that if they're asking me to update, meaning they discovered a security flaw in the old version and now they want me to update it. Now it's not only linked to operating systems, it's also related to libraries and frameworks and all the likes. So you should constantly be updating and using newer versions. It's sure you'll tell me that some of them are not stable, but at least you should be closer to the most updated version. You should not be using the oldest version. As an example, as an example of how not, what's the word? Why am I losing my word? Anyway, as an example of what's the security flaw that I'm on, vulnerable and outdated components. We have this CV. Please don't ask me what means. So we have this security flaw that was discovered in PHP versions 8.1. I would assume that no one is using this version today. But if you are, you should quickly update because from versions 8.1 before, blah, blah, blah. Like this is information on how on what the vulnerability is. So if you're using this PHP version, this one, and you're using the proc open command with array syntax, and due to insufficient escaping, it would allow users to be able to input their own type of command, and you can give them access to the Windows shell. Imagine someone else has access to your Windows shell. What can they do to your system? They can probably shut it down. They can probably see all the documents that are in your laptop or whatever it is, especially if you're using the Windows system. So you should make sure that you're updating your libraries and just using the most updated version if you can. Most of them are free. Now you also have identification and authentication failures. Maybe I need a break. Anyway, so it covers everything from weak passwords to poor session management. Now, as an identification or an authentication flaw, you should be able to tell the user that the password using is a wrong password. It's not a strong enough password. I think most websites today, when you input your password, they'll tell you it needs to contain letters, capital letters, symbols, and stuff like that. So that's a good software engineering practice because it then tells you what you should do right. Um, the next one is software and data integrity failures. This one still has, I think most of these are related, right? Because yes, I think most of these are related. And I hope they are. The next one, I'm tired, that's why. But I should probably not say I'm tired of explaining, so excuse me. The next one is security logging and monitoring and security logging and monitoring failure. What does this mean? Mm, Sometimes error messages tell you what went wrong. And if you're not saving these error messages, you can never know what exactly went wrong and how to fix it. If you have, let's say, if let me, what's an example for this? Yes, let's say you should have, there will be like a, I don't know if backup falls under this category, but you should always have
Hey,
backup because,
hey, Meli.
yes, backup will mean that you're saving a previous like a previous state. So yes, you should have it because if something is to happen to the current state, you should have something to fall back on, and you should be able to check what went wrong. So you should properly log in. No, you should properly store all events that are happening on your website, like how many attempts someone made to create an account, for example, to log into their account, and because that information is going to alert you on whether or not it's a real user. Because yes, I think on most websites, again, there's a login attempt limit. You cannot attempt to log in for like 1,000 times or something. Yes, it's someone trying to say something.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, go
yes. I
ahead.
was. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Oh, perfect. Yeah, I mean,
Who was trying
I
to say
was.
something? Is it Sinke? Or should I continue?
I'm
Okay,
actually
Yes,
I
talking.
it's talking.
Can Meli hear me?
is he talking? Because I cannot hear what he's saying.
Yes, sync
Yes,
is.
he's talking.
Can you hear
Oh,
us?
okay. I think
What?
Meli cannot hear us.
I
Meli,
don't
can
know.
you get?
Can you? I don't know if I'm muted.
No, we get you, Meli.
Okay. Yes, I can get you, but I cannot hear Sinke saying
Sync.
anything.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
I
I'm talking
think
now.
someone's hand was up and they wanted to say something, so I paused, but I cannot hear anything.
sync is speak again. Let's hear. Yeah.
Okay, I mean, I was going to say that login has to do with the different
Okay, so
sections of
let me
the
just continue.
application
Maybe
itself, right?
I don't know if he's
Oh,
speaking,
yeah, he's speaking. Seems that
Yes, he's speaking.
but then how can I not get him?
I, I'm oh as well. I don't know.
that's
Village people.
that's a weird one.
Maybe there's a breach or something. I don't even know what to
Wow.
say.
Look at you.
SQL injection also.
Okay. Yeah,
So,
just
I
probably.
don't know. Maybe what he has to say is long, or you should have dropped it in the chat. I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll drop it in the chat so
All
that
right.
everybody can get it.
Yeah, that would be
Anyway,
amazing.
let me continue. I was okay. I'm still sharing my screen. I was talking about exam. I gave some examples of security logging and monitoring failure, and for the last one, we have server-side request forgery. Now, here the attackers will try to trick the application into making requests to unintended locations. For example, if you're trying to, how is this? What's an example of this? For example, God, where is the example? Where did I write it? So if you use a URL to access an internal service through a vulnerable application, let's say accessing a cloud metadata or something like that, and you'd scan. I'm not using it right. Anyway, just take it as server-side request forgery and read the OAuths and check for the example. I'm sorry, guys, I don't fully understand this one, but please do check it out and you'd understand better because this one again is complicated to me. And you should know that my background is not software, so please give me some leniency. Anyway, moving on. Um, the hello. Okay, you can get me. Logging is about Sinke wrote in the chat that logging is about which part of the code got executed to understand what is wrong with the system, to investigate which part of the code did not execute. That's why it's okay. Thank you, Sinke, for that contribution. So best practices for software developers. For most of these, if you understand that it is, if you understand the security flaw, then you'll be able to mitigate it. For example, the validating all user input is like a it's a mitigation for the injection vulnerability. The implementing multi-faction authentication and all the like is a mitigation for I think there was a security flaw. What was it called? I think there was something like broken is it broken access? Anyway, these are the best practices for developers. You have to implement multi-factor authentication. You should encrypt all your data. For example, it's not enough to use, like I mentioned, to just use a strong password. It's not enough to use a strong password. You should be able to hash it before storing it, and you should always scan for vulnerabilities, continuously update your systems because if there's an update, meaning something was patched in the previous version, and you should look forward to updating it. And you should constantly implement code reviews once, I don't know, once a year, once in 6 months, however long you decide to, but ensure that you do it at least regularly to go back to your code, see that if you were using an old version of PHP, you've updated it and stuff like that. So yeah, those are some best practices that you can do as a developer. Please, can we have a little break? I don't know, maybe 10 minutes.
Okay, okay, Meli, that's fine, that's fine.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
I I need a 10 minutes break, but I don't know. Where's
no,
Looney?
that's
She should be telling you what to do right now, but I'll be right back.
okay. I hope everyone is enjoying the session. Reactions.
Yes, we are enjoying it. Okay.
That's great. That's great. I like I like that. I like that. Looks like some people are just trying to exploit those reactions now.
Sorry, sorry. I was just okay.
Okay, okay, all right. Yeah, so that's cyber security for us. That's security. Um, any system out there now like is vulnerable to security. We also that some people even in our midst have been burned, their email addresses have been burned. So that's a very essential stuff to do. Verify, go back and do your code reviews, verify if your emails are being burned or not, have strong passwords. I guess we're going to see all of that here. And like our host said, we're going to have a lab session where we'll actually go down to doing hands-on stuff, which we can use to clarify most of the theory we're getting right now. Yeah, so it's also good to know that this session is live and it's being streamed, so you can always go to the iSpark YouTube page to get all what we have done today or what is being said today. Yeah. So, okay, while waiting for our host, let's all feel free. Any questions, you can always send them here. Anyone in our midst can help to answer a question for you or your worry. Till now, cybersecurity has a lot of victims. I mean, there are victims everywhere, right? Maybe the one in cybersecurity is extra or what? Yeah, thinking. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, cybersecurity itself is a very broad topic, right? And I've enjoyed the way Meli is presenting it, because the big terms in
Okay,
cybersecurity has to do with
I am back.
different parts.
Can you hear me?
Okay.
Hello.
Sinke was explaining something, Nelly.
Whenever Sinke is speaking, I honestly cannot get him. Like when you're talking, I can get you, but when he's speaking, I don't know if it's a setting on my end, but I cannot get him.
Yeah,
Maybe you should.
that's unfortunate for
Okay,
me.
just speak then. I'm going to shut up.
I know. I mean, what was I saying? I was saying that the different terms has to do with the different areas that are involved in the security, because there is a different team for securing the entire company infrastructure, right? And that's the guys I usually call the IT guys. So these people will secure the IT infrastructure according to regulations. Mostly in Europe, there are a lot of regulations, right? Which, and all of these regulations are law, right? So they are laws that every IT company that is operating must have. So these, mostly these big terms are coming from this the implementation of these policies or these laws that are in place, right? And specifically, Merly is explaining this stuff so far in terms of how we do cyber security from software engineering part, right? And she has mentioned a lot of stuff like access control, right? And a lot of things that has to do with the code, the running of the code in itself before you even get to the infrastructure. Okay, I will stop speaking so that Meli can continue since she cannot hear me.
Okay, Meli, you can continue. I'm very sorry. You the fire could not. You cannot get sick. We don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I cannot hear what he's saying. So now I feel left out in the conversation or whatever is happening because everyone seems to be in on it.
Wow.
And
I
I
hope
would hear everyone.
you're not owing Sinking, maybe.
I don't know. I'm thinking it's a
I said that
settings thing.
there's a bridge, SQL injection. Eh.
Okay, Meli, over to you.
Okay, so with so far we have seen the vulnerabilities, the top 10 vulnerabilities according to OWASP, and now we are going to look at some real world scenarios when software security failed. First, who knows what SharePoint is? Microsoft SharePoint. I don't know. Did
I
someone?
know, I've heard, I know.
Okay, so what is it about? I want to ask Sinke, but at this point, I'm not getting what you're saying, so I will not know if you're saying something right or not. But point is, Microsoft. I'm going to assume most of us know what Microsoft SharePoint is, and if you don't know, I can give like 1 or 2 minutes, or just Google what it is as I'm talking, and you'd get an idea of what it is. But point is, it's a big company, and they had in July 2025. Again, it's very recent. They were part of a security breach. So what happened? As the name suggests, it was a 0 day attack. But the fact that it's 0 day, the how do I put it? The attackers, the hackers will not care. Like they don't care if it's 0 day. By 0 day, I excuse by 0 day, 0 day means that the vulnerability has not been exploited before, hence 0 day. So because the people at SharePoint did not even know that it was a vulnerability, the hackers exploited it. So you see that you cannot feign ignorance. Yes, you cannot feign ignorance. That's the word. You cannot feign ignorance. You cannot tell your customers that you did not know it was a vulnerability. At the end of the day, you were hacked, and your security team or whoever is in charge of the security of that company should have detected this vulnerability, made sure it was patched, fixed. By patched I mean fixed. Make sure it was fixed before it was sent to the public. So the attackers here exploited a 0 day vulnerability, and the flaw attacked, like the flaw in the vulnerability allowed them to be able to gain privilege access. By gaining privilege access, I mean that they were able to have admin privileges. Yes, they were able to have admin privileges, privileges that a normal user should not have. But the attackers exploited a 0 day flaw and were able to gain privilege access and were able to execute code remotely. When you gain privilege access to a system, it means that you're now interacting as an admin in that system, and you know the privileges that admin users have. They can see all data fields in the database, they can delete accounts, they can create new accounts, and like the possibilities are endless when you have admin privileges. And hence, what was lost in this during this attack? The breach compromised over 400 systems belonging to various organizations. Even the US government was affected. And in most cases, like these big companies will not like to share everything that was exposed, because then you sharing everything that was exposed is you exposing it as well. So they just give us a global overview of what was lost and so on. So what can we learn from this? It highlights the importance of always like making it's true you cannot be 100% sure that your application is secured before deploying it to the internet, but you should be at some point, like you should be at least 80% sure. And even if you're not sure, you should make sure that if it is breached, the consequences will not be fatal. So you should probably, in this case, the attackers were able to get admin privileges. So you should probably implement zero trust architecture. By zero trust architecture, Regine will tell you never trust, always verify. And not just Regine, but like most people, that's what zero trust means. So never trust and always verify. Meaning, even if you claim to be an administrator, you should verify that you are indeed an administrator. You should not just log in as an administrator and have access to it. So it's true the user experience would be limited, but you just have to find the right balance. You should not trust anybody, even the admin. Even if I say I'm an administrator, I should prove that I'm an administrator. The password should not be the only authenticating. How do I put it? Should not be the only authenticating factor. You should probably have. That's where multi-factor authentication comes in. So you should have more than one means of authenticating into a system. Um, yeah. So that was the bridge for Microsoft SharePoint. Okay, I was again interrupted by that lady saying that the live streaming is on. Yeah, by like I was saying, what happened to Blue Shield is a misconfiguration. So they did not someone, I'm going to assume someone in the development team did not configure the Google Analytics well on their website. What does this mean? It means that Google Analytics had access to people's health information, and then the Google Analytics on the company. Let me start over. So it was a misconfiguration of Google Analytics on the company's website. Now the flaw shared protected health information with Google's advertising services for many years. Again, you would say you would, how do I put it? It is a flaw because people were not aware, the users of, let's say, Blue Shield, were not aware that their information was used for advertisement purposes. Obviously, I think I recently saw a video of how people were saying that if you're using something for free, you should be aware that somehow you're paying for the price because it is your data is sold to other companies. Some of these companies say it in their terms and services that they are going to share your they are going to use your data for marketing purposes, and it's up to you to accept to these terms or not. But then the people at Blue Shield did not even know that this was happening. So that's why it was a flaw, and it caused a lot of people were not happy because they did not know these people that actually read the terms and services said that they did not see it in their terms and services. So they had to compensate the people for it. The next security flaw, which is the last one that we're going to see today, is from Salesforce. Now, who has watched the is it Beekeeper? Yeah, the movie Beekeeper. How many of you have watched it? Can you get me? Hello? Has none of you watched The Beekeeper? Hey, wait, this is unfortunate. You should definitely watch it.
I I haven't.
In let me put it in the the comment section. You should watch it. It's interesting. Why is it interesting? Because it shows how phishing works, and that's exactly what happened in Salesforce. It was via voice phishing. So someone called someone at the Salesforce headquarters, claimed to be an administrator, told them, no, claimed to be from the security department, told them to install this and this on their website to verify it. And again, since the person thought that it's someone from IT that's calling, they just installed it without any issues because the voice sounded familiar. And that's how they were hacked. An employee an employee followed instructions supposedly from an a security guy from the IT company. They were able to install malicious file on their computer, and that's how the attackers gained access to the infrastructure and performed the attack. Obviously, this cost Salesforce a lot because customers' records were exposed, and most of the time you lose your credibility, and you also have to compensate those that were affected. So, yep, that's what happened to Salesforce voice phishing. Now we're going to have some hands-on lab. Maybe I should have put the brick here. Anyway, for the hands-on lab, I was debating on a lot of options because I wanted us to actually break a system, but then you would have to install a virtual machine. Then I would want you to install Kali and blah blah blah. So thankfully for us, there are a couple of websites that allow us to test the security of applications without actually installing anything on our end. So for this practical exercise, we are going to be using Hack the Box. And since we are free users, we are going to be given 2 hours. So we have to be very strategic about it. So this is a time where you go to your, well, if you want to follow along, you should. I told Loni to ask you all to have Hack the Box account. So hopefully you have that and you can follow along. Not follow along, but like do it as well. And you could also just try it out if you are free. Oh, yes, Sinke. That's what the Beekeeper is about. And my focus on the Beekeeper movie was how she was hacked again by voice call. And she trusted them because they said that they are from the bank. So this is what you're supposed to have from Hack the Box. Now, I hope that I am not alone in this. So I want us to do the easy ones because again we don't have that much time as free users, but we should be able to do something quite interesting. Okay, you can. No problem. Thank you for joining us, Sinke. It was beautiful. It was wonderful having you. Oh, he has left already, so he did not receive my compliments. Anyway, yeah, if we all have hacked the box, give me a moment. Thiola, it's I think practice. Yes, it's play, not learn. You click on play. Hold on, I shared my account late. So you click on start playing. When you log into your account, you click on start playing, and when you're on start playing, you would have this screen. So please react if you are on this page with me. If you're at this point, if you're seeing what I'm seeing on my screen. So Yannick says he's there. Fiola, I think she's also trying to be there.
I I was there, and then it said I should start an investigation or start doing something, and then now I'm no longer there. I don't know.
Just I think you should click on skip, 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 skip until you reach this point. I don't know if
Please,
you
can I share
can.
my screen,
Yes,
please?
yes, yes. What I wanted to say that you can share your
Okay.
screen, and then I'll probably walk you through.
Uh, where am I? Can you screen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so here.
Hold on. I'm seeing a dark screen, so maybe it hasn't loaded or something.
What? Please give me a minute. Let me. Why is it acting like this? Okay, how about now?
Mm, still nothing. I don't know. Can any other person see it? Again, maybe it's just a me problem. Yannick, can you see her screen?
Yes, I can see Tchouala's screen. Let me see. But Tchouala, since you have stopped sharing,
Okay, I'm resharing just so that many can see. How about
oh,
now?
yeah, it's visible for me.
Oh, I don't know what the issue is on my end because I unfortunately
Okay.
cannot see it.
Uh, okay, maybe I will do a screenshot and send to the chat. Does that work?
Go ahead.
But then I would not be able to. Um, how do they call it? Let me try leaving and joining again. Maybe it's a me problem, like I said.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
try that. So just wait.
I just want to know. Are we okay? Yes, she has left.
Okay, I am back. So maybe you can try sharing again.
Okay, I'm trying again. Share, share. How about now?
Oh, I see. Okay, thank God I can see it now.
Okay, so here, this is where I am.
Okay, so yes, click on tier zero or,
I
or
can't
just
read.
next, whatever that's saying. Yes, I think this is, but you should click next.
Yeah. Finish
Next.
process.
Gosh, these people are relentless. Yeah, I think there's a close button up there. You can close it
You can't
on
see.
the icon on the connect to hack the box. You can click. There's a small no the this pop up, the white pop up that says before starting you need to connect to hack the box, which suggests the white pop up.
Before
Yes,
starting, oh,
yes. There's a cross at the yes. Close it. Yes, that's what I mean. Can you scroll to the top?
to the top.
Okay, so yes, this is where we are, and again, it may. I want there's a particular one that I want us to do because then it's related to
So I could go back.
databases. Yes, you should. Or you could just end there.
Hey, what am I doing?
It's okay. Just stay here. It's okay.
I'm just here.
Okay. Yes, click. That's where I was. You can click on starting point. No, no. Okay. You. It's okay. It's okay.
Sorry. I'll come
Yeah,
back.
under recommended, there's starting point meow some no tier zero.
Starting point this.
Hold on, let me see. Yes, click on that cute cat. Yes, again, it leads you to the same space. Um, okay, so like I said, I want us to do something that is related to I don't know if you want to be sharing your screen, but
Oh, let me
I'm
stop
not quite
sharing.
sure.
Thank you. Yes, yes. Thank you.
Okay. Also, I should be sharing, right? Oh, I've forgotten how to share my screen. Okay, I go here, I click on start screen sharing. Okay. Yes. So I don't know about you guys, but I love it when I'm able to solve tasks and I get reward for it. Anyway, so we are going to be using a number of tools because in most security stuff, actions, there are a lot of tools that you're going to use. For example, if you want to scan a network, by scanning I mean if you want to, in fact, the word is self-explanatory. I would assume that if you want to see what's happening in the network, how many users, for example, are there, which service is running on which port, and all sorts of information, you can do it manually or you can use a tool. Again, most of these tools are, I want to say they are secured because they've been around for a couple of years and even the hackers use it. So again, it's just scanning. It's left to you what you do with the information that the scanning reports. One of such tools is going to be Nmap. But yeah, let's try this. All of these are very easy. And there's the official write-up. So if you have any issue, if you find it interest difficult, you can always click on the official work write up to see how to get the flag or something. When you get a flag, it means that you're able to successfully exploit a vulnerability, and the flag is like your reward. Okay, so let's connect to hack the box. I hope you're following. I clicked on connect to hack the box, and I go to starting point. I click on starting point. Then I go to pawn box and I scroll down to start pawn box. It takes a couple of seconds to load. So I hope you're seeing my screen and doing what I am doing. So it is starting. So while it is starting, let's see. So has it started? Yes, so it has started. I clicked on box and it has started. So what I'm essentially doing is I'm trying to get a virtual machine online, right? Hack the box is providing me with a virtual machine, and that virtual machine is I think, is it Parrot? It has the Parrot operating system. Yes, it uses Parrot operating system, and there are a couple of tools that have already been installed. By tools I mean the tools that we are going to be using to make our work easier. Like I said, everybody can use a network scanner, but then it's left to you how you interpret the information that it provides you, and it's left to you how you interpret the information it provides you and what you do with it. If you know that this service is running on this port, then what happens next? It's left to you as the security person or simply as the developer to see how to do it, to see what to do with the information. Oh, sorry, I was supposed to. When I click on open desktop, it takes me here. So, yes, this is where I am currently. So, please, can you react if you're on the same, if we are on the same page? If you have the same screen that I have, can you please react or drop it in the chat section if you have any? Okay, okay, okay. We are all here. So now, what exactly are we trying to do? Now that we have spawned the mesh, we've opened the desktop, and I'm coming back here, and I have to spawn the machine. By spawning machine, it means that I want to connect it online. So let's go back here on the meow thing and click on starting the machine. So because this is a beginner's workshop, you may not see the very sophisticated software flows because we have just 2 hours to do it. And usually, in order for you to discover a security flaw, you would take a couple of hours, not just two. So most of the things that we are going to see may be network flaws, but I think there's one at after this one because I want us to be I hope we're comfortable with Linux because it's a Linux based operating system, so we are going to be using the command line. So what was I saying? Yes, well, this one is going to help us discover what is running on our networks, how we can use this information, and then when we are familiar with it, we are going to move on to exploiting a flaw in database design. So this one is just like a warm up. Yes. So for a warm up, let's answer these questions. What does the I hope you've spawned this machine. Everybody should have this IP. I don't know if it's going to be the same, but it should be. If not, it's fine. Do we have this same target machine IP address? Guys, I need to know you're with me.
The, uh,
If you're having any issues, maybe you'd be comfortable sharing your screen so that I can direct you from there. Feel like if it's okay with you, can you maybe share your screen, or anybody else
okay.
can share their screen, and I'll be
Can you see my screen, please?
let me give it a moment to load. Okay, yes, I can see your screen, Fila.
So this is where I'm at, and I have this as well.
Okay, so this is the yes, you should allow the copying because you're going to be copying and pasting, but it's okay. When you copy something, it would show you. So yeah, let's here scroll down and let's answer the questions because again, that's how you able. Yes, the first question says, "What does the acronym VM stands for?" I would assume most people should know this. Uh-uh.
Sorry, I'm muting because of the noise in the background.
Oh, okay.
Voicemail.
I
Virtual
understand.
machine.
Yes, thank you. Well, my voicemail was closed, but then again, you're seeing the number of letters. How is it voicemails? Does voicemail have those letters? Yeah, it's
Wait,
virtual machine. Come again? Yes, we are here. What does VM stand for? In this case, like I mentioned, it's giving us access to a virtual machine online. That's what Hack the Box does. It gives us a virtual machine running the Parrot operating system, and we are going to be using that virtual machine to do the things that we are going to do. So yes, scroll down. Let's continue to answer the other questions. So the next task says, what tool do we use to interact with the operating system in order to okay, let me pause right here because Loni told me we you all went through the Linux. Is Loni here? Oh, well, Yannick is also a trainer from what she told me. So she told me that you had a Linux basics or some a class on Linux. So I'm going to assume most of us are familiar with the terminal, or even if you're not familiar, you should know the basic commands because we are going to be using it. Am I right in my assumption, Yannick?
Yeah, that's very correct.
Okay, so the it means everyone will be able to answer this question. It says, what tool do we use to interact with the operating system in order to issue commands via the command line, such as the one to start our VPN connection? It is also known as a console or a shell. I
Okay,
feel like
I feel
you
like they're putting me on the spot, like because I'm sharing with there are other students. Can they also answer?
exactly,
Because my
exactly. I'm putting you on the spotlight.
all right, I'm sweating.
Yeah. Can any other person answer? Not Viola, not Yannick. I haven't heard any other person. So
The
I'm going
kernel,
to
uh, is that the answer?
no, try it out. Why are you asking me?
Oh, okay. How did
Yes,
I?
Bonisam.
It's terminal.
Hey,
See, wrong. Someone said terminal. Try it out. But yeah, the correct answer is terminal.
well
Voila.
done, well done.
Moving on. Um, now, what service do we use to form our VPN connection into Hack the Box Labs? Now, this one I want to see if, but let me try to explain. We are talking about VPN connection. So, what service is someone's hands up? Yes, maybe you want to try it out. Yes, go ahead and answer. At this point, you don't even need to raise your hand. So, if you want to talk, please just go ahead. Bonisan, I think his hand is up, right? Or is it? Yes. So, if you have the answer to this, you can again just voice it out. But the concept of VPN connection is that you have a network and you want some people to be able to access that network. So you a VPN is like a tunnel that you give the credentials to them and they are able to access that network passing through that tunnel. So that's what Hack the Box is essentially doing, is giving us access to their network via that tunnel connection, which is the VPN. And the service that they're using, there are a number of services, but this one they use Open VPN. So that's the answer to this question. Again, because I am assuming not everyone has maybe a networking background, so you may not be familiar with all these services. So in this case, Fiola, now that I'm giving you the answer, you're not typing it. I said Open VPN. The answer is Open VPN for this one because after we explain what a VPN is, I would have been embarrassed if that was not the answer. Okay. Um, the next one, please, we should try to answer it faster because we have 2 hours, like I mentioned, and we should do something. So, what tool do we use to test our connection to the target with an ICMP echo request? I'm not going to explain what ICMP echo is, but like when you want to, let's say if you're using even a Windows system, I think when you want to test your connection to google.com, for example, and you don't want to, like, what command do you use if you're on the terminal? Does anyone know the command that you use to test for connection? It's something google.com. Then it gives you like it shows you the packets that were sent and the ones that were received when you type out that command. Does anyone has any idea? Want to try? Okay, to save time, it's ping, PING. the ping command. Because if you're unable to, or you can always click on the hint actually. But yeah, it's ping. The I want us to answer
I
it
actually
fast.
wanted to say that, but you were fast, so
Thank you so much. Okay, so what is the name of the most common tool for finding open port on a target? This one, it's nmap, and nmap, n and map. So like I was explaining, that there are a number of tools that security personnel use, and nmap is one of them. Nmap is essentially a network scanning tool. So by network scanning tool, I mean that it helps you discover what services are running on a network. So if you have open ports, which service is running on which port, you know that HTTPS runs uses a certain port to run. Even TCP uses a certain port to run, and all that. Like again, since it's new to you, you don't have to know all the nmap commands, for example. You don't have to know all the nmap commands that are out there, because again, it's online. You don't have to cram anything. You just need to know that it's a network scanning tool, and it's going to show you which service is running. If, for example, a website is hosted locally, which port is it using? It's going to list it there. So for the sake of our exercise, let's see which ports are available. So on the this thing, hold on, let me on the go to your hack the box viewer Fula, and we are going to be scanning our network to see the services that are running. Now, give me a moment, let me get the command and paste it. Um, and I'm going to explain the command. It's nmap. There are a couple of, is it variables? So you need to, oh, well, while waiting, can you ping to say that we are indeed connected to the machine that we want to hack? Fiola, can you ping the IP address? So you go to the IP address that's up, go back to where the questions were, and copy that address, scroll up. Yeah, no, no, you passed it down a bit. You'd see an IP address. Keep going. Yes, this IP address. You copy it, and we are going to, yes. So let's go to our desktop. Well, they have the box viewer by desktop. When I say go to desktop, I mean here. Click on the terminal. It's at the topmost green icon by the Photoshop thing. Yes, that's our terminal. We are going to click it, and let's ping it. So ping IP address that you copied. This is to test that indeed we are connected to. Hold up. What happened? And then paste it. Okay. So enter. And yes, we are receiving blah 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 blah. So you can stop, Control Z to stop it, because it proves that we are sending packets and they are successfully going. So now we are going to um, we've tested our connectivity, and now we are going to use nmap to check the ports that are open and are running. So the command is, let me type it in here. It's sudo for admin privileges. Then the tool that we're going to use is nmap. We want to scan and check for all services that are running, and then you have your target IP address. So yes, I've dropped it in the comment section. You'd replace IP address with your IP address. So essentially, like I mentioned, nmap is, yes, you can copy and paste. So sudo is to give us admin privileges, because you need to be an administrator to be able to scan a network. And yes, you would have sudo. Nmap is a tool that we are going to use, and the how are they calling this? The other SV part is to it's going to not only list the services that are running, but the version of the services. So SV stands for service version. So it's going to give you the service that is running on this network and also the version of that service. The version is going to help you determine whether or not your as like I mentioned, it's important like I mentioned, it's important for you to know the the version of the services that you're using because then you know whether or not it's outdated, if you need to patch it, if you need to update it, and so on and so forth. So, Fiola, is it working? Because I don't know if you need to scroll down so I can see the results, but it should be. Hold on. Yes, so the command works. So Nmap is scanning your network and is going to show you all the services that are running. Okay, it has finished scanning. From the results that we have, it shows that you have up to the closed ports are 999, right? And the open port on under port, state, service, and version. The port that is open is port 23. The state is open, meaning the port is open and everybody can have access to it. The service that's running here is Telnet. How many of you know about Telnet? What is Telnet? What is Telnet? Can someone tell me? Can someone sorry? Can someone tell me what Telnet is?
Can we guess?
Go ahead.
Telecommunication network.
Wonderful. Well, it's a guess. It's a guess. So I'm going to. I asked for it. I did ask you to guess. But Telnet is a protocol for remote access to computers. So have you ever heard of SSH or like if you're trying to how do I put it? How do I explain it? If you're trying to get access to if you're let's say you have your laptop, right? And most hacking films. Should I? But if you've watched it, how do I explain this in simple terms? Telnet is a protocol used for remote access. So, if in most networks, if you have, let's say, a router or a switch or something else, and you're not physically present there to connect your laptop to that router and have a terminal and then input the commands that you want to input. Telnet helps you to be able to access certain resources while not being physically present. Yes, that's what I mean. It's for remote access. You don't have to be physically present to access whatever resource you're trying to access or network services. You can just use the Telnet protocol and it will give you a secure shell and you can access it. So we've been able to see that Telnet is working on port is open and is on port 23. Let's go back to our questions and see what they're asking us to do. Go and scroll down, scroll down. Ah yes, it says what service do we identify on port 23 during our scans? Diola, am I still putting you on the spotlight?
Yes, yes, you are.
But then you just saw the results, didn't we? Like on port 23, what service was running? Let's go there.
Telnet. I will put it,
Exactly.
but you asked me. I have to tell the truth, right? You're putting me on this spot.
Okay, maybe for among yourselves, decide who is going to share their screen next because after this, we are going to have the last practicals for today. Okay, so we have Telnet. What's the next question? So we see. Now that we know that Telnet is running, they said that which what username is able to log into the target over Telnet with a blank password. How do we do this? Okay, let me see. Most of the time, right? Because we know that Telnet is is running on this computer. There Most of cybersecurity is, I want to say guessing, but not guessing. But when it comes to credentials, you know that for all services there should be an admin user or an administrator, because it's easier for you to, like, for example, if you're creating a database, there's always an admin field or somewhere. You'd be like, this is an admin user, and the username will be admin or administrator or root. So you see, like, these are the common, how do I put it? The common word, the common usernames that are available in the system. So don't try root. You have to don't you dare. You have to try it and see that it's indeed working. Because if I ask you to prove that your answer is correct, will you be able to do it, Yola? Because now I want you to.
No,
I'm
no,
tempted
madam,
to.
I'll not be able to do it.
So first, let's connect to Telnet, right? So on the command line, let's say Telnet, the IP address. So go there and be like Telnet, then the IP address that you have. Can you I don't know, put your terminal up, because I cannot see. Yes, I can see the command now. Yes, so you have telnet IP address. Try that, and what's happening? Viola. Okay. Is it connected? Yes, I think it's connected. Cause let's wait. So yes, hack the box. We are indeed connected. So what has happened? I kind of want you to understand what happened here. So at first we were not connected to this meow machine. So we are not physically present with the meow machine. Meow, all we have from the meow machine is the IP address. And now, because we know that the service running on the same network as this meow machine is telnet, meaning that we can have remote access. We can be able to access the meow machine from a remote location. Like, every person, like, I can access it, Fiola can access it, every single person can access this meow machine without being present there, because telnet is running and we kind of have the login details. So when you try telnet, and well, now you don't have access because you just have the login page, and now with the right credential, it stopped. Anyway, okay, so I was explaining too much. Fiola, run the command again. You can use the up arrow to get the previous command, run it again. And now we have to try to log in because we already have an interface. Now I was mentioning that there are I meant sorry, not mentioning. I mentioned that there are default passwords and accounts, and there are default usernames and passwords um that are available. So let's use admin as, like, type admin for the username, admin, enter, and for the password, don't put anything, just press enter. Just press enter for the password, because they've told us that you would not require a password, so the login is incorrect. Now this is when you try your root and see if it works. Yeah. Ooh. So we see that we have, look at her rushing to go and put the answer.
This is what I was trying to tell you. I could tell that this route was it.
Okay, now you can tell and prove that is indeed the right answer. Yes. So hold on, what's the next answer, the next question, sorry. Yeah, submit the root flag. Go back to the desktop and let's see. So let's say ls, like, list all the files, or to see what's happening. So there's already flag. So yes, read the contents of the flag.txt. What's the command that we are going to use here? I need someone to put it in the comment section. What command do you use to read files in Linux? If I call Theola, she'll say that I'm putting her on the spotlight, so let me not say anything. But please, okay,
Before,
Regina, I would
before,
say I
before,
don't ex-
before. Sorry. Okay.
No, go
Before
on,
Regine,
go on. You
before Regine put it, I already put it. You're not putting me on there.
wow, bravo. Let me clap for you so that you show that I'm clapping for you. Aww. Where is that reaction? Wonderful. See, it does not want me to react. Sorry. Yes, this is me clapping for you. Yes, so you cut the flag.txt and yeah, you copy and paste it, and there you have your flag. So what did we see from this machine? Because we were able to get the flag. First, we started by scanning the network. This is not, I want you to know that you use, so long as you have the IP I don't know if Nmap region, maybe I'll need your help here. Does Nmap allow you to also scan URLs? So I don't know if you can be like nmap google.com, but anyway, if you have the IP address of a network, but even Google's IP address, I think you can get it because it's just the DNS that translates it to google.com. So yes, if you have the IP address of a website, you can use Nmap to scan it. So if you're hosting your website locally or whatever it is that you have as an IP address, you can always use Nmap to see the services that are running. And once you see the services that are running, you can now decide your next point of action from, did you copy and it was successful, Thiola? Like, did you paste it?
Yes, yes,
And okay, okay,
yes.
okay. So we were able to scan the network using Nmap, discover the services that are running, telnet. It could be another service like HTTP. When you see HTTP, you know that it is a website, is like it is something is being hosted, because HTTP is for website. You know that you'd have probably a website, a page on the page of a website. Is that a web page? Jesus, you'd have a web page if you see HTTP, and then you'll be able to input the IP address, and you see a web page, and then you can proceed to see what that web page holds. There's another service, CCP. Loni, did they have a networking course so that they may probably understand all these services that run on ports? Because you also have SSH, you have
They had an
so many
introduction.
services. Come again?
They had an introduction to networking.
Okay, so okay, you had an introduction to networking. So there are a number of services that run on a number of ports. You have TCP running on its own port. You have Telnet that we just saw. We have SSH, and there are countless. So I think that was the last question. No? Yeah, submit the root flag, and yes, that was it. You will have. Oh, did you not submit, Yola? You're supposed to tell you that you have pawned the machine. Where is that? Yay! So you were successful in pawning this machine. Do with it as you please. Okay, so I want us to.
Thank you so much, Meli.
You're welcome. For our next, I think you don't need to close, just go up, scroll up and stop the machine. No, no, hold on. Go where the questions are. Then close this pop up.
What do I
Just
do?
click outside. If you click outside of it, does it not work?
It doesn't work. Maybe he wants me to accept something.
I don't know what happens. I cannot also see your full screen. So there's no.
Why is this mouse? God.
Can you scroll? I think there's a scroll button. Can you scroll up
I have.
from this?
Oh,
Thank you. God. Please scroll up and stop the machine because you're already done with it. Go down, down. Oh, sorry, it stopped automatically. Cool. So now I want scroll down. The next machine that we are going to do is I think it was Reddit or something, and we are going to be checking our databases. Keep scrolling. Fun. You can try it on your own, even dancing. So go down. I want us to try. Yes, Redeemer. No, I said you are not going to be the one to share your screen this time. So who's
Okay.
sharing?
Thank you.
Yeah,
That means a lot to
Sam
me.
can share.
Okay, so next person to share their screen. Yannick, you said who's going
Yeah,
to share?
for Sam should
Bonisam.
take over. Yes.
Bonisam. Bonisam. Yes. I have a nephew whose name is it nephew? Cousin. Yes, a cousin. His name is Boni. So Bonisam. Cool. Yes. Let's scroll down. So no, the page you're under. Okay. To Redeemer. That's what I said. Yes. Click on it and we are going to keep going. We are going to go on spawn machine and we are going to spawn it. Are you scrolling up? Hold on. Click on it says you already have an active instance. Go on meow and try to stop it. Yes, click on meow and yes, and where you have the IP address, click on the red square, yes, to stop the machine. I don't know if it's a okay. I'm sharing now. It's taking a couple of minutes, but for Redeemer, we are going to encounter what did I call it? What was running on this one? We are going to see what we call Redis, an in-memory database. Now it is a hold on. I don't know at what point. So like I said, Redis is an in-memory data structure and it is used as a database for like cache and so when you have, I know, are you familiar with the concept of caching, where you store information in the cache so that you don't have to go to the RAM every time. It is faster, and you can always have access to it. So Redis is like the database for caching in a way. So we are going to be seeing how to exploit a vulnerability on the Redis database. So, like I mentioned, let's make now that we've spawned the machine, copy the IP address, go on your desktop, hack the box viewer, and try to ping it to make sure that we are indeed able to access it. I don't know, there's a sort of lag, so I cannot really see it until after some time. So you would have to ping that. Oh, no, close this terminal and try to reload it because you should not be on Meow. So try to close this terminal, reload the hack the box viewer, and open a new terminal.
This
For some
now,
reason,
should I just type clear
come
or I should?
again. Yes, go to the hack the box viewer. Please call me Meli. close this terminal, like go on the red icon that's up, the red dot. Yes, close it and click on your reload first. Yes, close the terminal. Go on the reload icon up. Well, yeah, you can just open on a new terminal. Yes, click on it and try to ping that IP address. If you have any questions so far, you can either ask me now or you, because after obviously you would have questions. Oh, okay, perfect. So we are receiving. Why is it slow? Yes, yes, you can stop. We are indeed connected. I mean, we can access it. So Control Z to stop it. And let's proceed. Let's go back to Hack the Box and answer the questions as we move. So it says that which TCP port is open on the machine. Okay. For the last time, what did we? Yeah, not liking to be on the spotlight. Fiola, how do we check the open ports on this? Um,
Oh God.
Go to your terminal, Bonisa, because the question is asking us which port is open, right? So, which command did we use previously to check for open ports? You can scroll. Well, you closed it, but um, yes, all of you as participants of this call, which command did we use?
Bonnie Sam that asking you a question.
You can go on the comment section. I think the command is still there, but yeah, you can say it. Which command did we use to scan the network? I mentioned it's a network scanner. You can get the full version from it, and
Or something like sudo sv something something.
yeah, it was sudo nmap. The tool is nmap,
Sorry, sudo
so the
nmap.
command, yeah, so the command that we use is the nmap command. So yes, sudo nmap sv and the IP address. So try to type it out and see what it gives you.
And please, I wish to ask. So the nmap is more important than the sudo
Yes, the nmap, if you're already a root user, because right now we are not the root user, so the sudo is to us root, but you can just
user.
say nmap and this thing. Uh-uh. Hold on, go to the viewer. Let's see what's happening. The terminal, where you have the terminal. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Yes, I said run the command that you had nmap sudo nmap. Let me type it out again in case you forgot. Yes, sudo nmap hyphen sv then IP address. No hyphen. S small s capital V, like to get the service version. Then now the IP address that you used there, it was 10 dot something. Yeah, what happened? Mm, okay, hold on. Why am I not? I cannot see clearly what it says. It says that service detection, blah blah blah. One IP address, one host is up, it's counted. But why is it not showing you the version of the thing that's working? Anyway, let's add another parameter, right? To see the open which port exactly is open. So let's try sudo nmap to get the port number, and then you give the service version and IP address. Hold on, I'm typing the command and you can use it. Yes, try this one. the P that I've added is so that it gives you the port number, because it will tell you that this service is running. But yes, try this one where it would give you the port. Then the IP address. Okay, so while he is scanning that, let's talk more about Redis. So Redis stands for Remote Dictionary Server, and it is an open source advanced NoSQL. It uses key value um, data store as it did. What am I saying? It is an open source advanced NoSQL key value data store used as a database. So it's a database, NoSQL database. It uses key value database. So you have a data and an associated key value. So it consists of the server, the command line, and the database. Obviously, you can press enter to see what it gives you, Bonissima. Yes, while I'm explaining. So on the Redis server, you have on the Redis data on Redis, let me put it that way. You have the server, the CLI, and the database. Okay, Nmap is done. And you see that the results you have the port, the state, the service, and the version. On that port, you have port 6379, and the service that is running there is TCP. So we can answer that question. It asked us which port um was open and running the service. So it said 6379. Yes. HTTP port is open to the machine 6379. Okay, and ahead and type.
Please, I have a problem.
Fiola, why are you so intense?
Sorry, sorry.
Yes, what is your
Like
problem?
I was already on the right track, and then all of a sudden I mistakenly closed the page. Like that's why I'm panicking. But I know that I can easily get it back. I'm just like, I hope that I've not lost my victory. Please, I need to post.
Yes, you've not lost your history. I hope you can get it. Yes, submit your answer, Bonisa. It is indeed ready. Okay, so it says what type of. Hold on, let me go to the question myself to
Like I
see
said,
what it
submit
asks.
the phone already.
Um, we are on Redeemer, and it says, what's the question? What type of database is Redis? Choose from the following.
In
In memory
memory.
database. Oh, see, perfect. So it's an in memory database.
Sure. Okay.
So. Have you sub? Okay. Make sure to put the hyphen. Okay. In memory database. While you're typing, Fiola, have you successfully gotten your
Yes, yes, I'm back. I'm back in business, so it's all good. Thank you.
perfect? Yeah, submit the answer. So for the next part, we are asked that which command line utility is used to interact with the Redis server. Enter the program name you would enter into the terminal without any arguments. Okay, so now let's go back to our CLI to our machine, the powered machine. Yes, can you clear? So we are starting from scratch. So like I mentioned, we have a Redis, right? And it consists of the server, the CLI, and the database. So you see that the CLI is like the middleman. It's with the server, with the CLI, that's the command line interface, you can have access to the server and the database as well. Now, how do you have access to Redis? If you type out, for the previous exercise, we were able to type out telnet IP address and it worked. But now, in this case, if you try typing Redis IP address, type it and see what happens. I'm sure that maybe it would tell you something like Redis is not found or something, something. But yeah, try it out. Let's see. I did not try it. So Redis IP address and what error? What do you get as result? Because it makes sense to try this because for telnet we did telnet IP address. So logically we should be able to see Redis and IP address and it works too since it's also a service. But yeah, they're telling us that Redis is not found, meaning we have to install it, right? Because that's how it happens. If something is not found, meaning it is not installed. So we are going to do sudo apt redis tools. So sudo apt redis tools, like so. Sudo apt install, pardon, I forgot the install. Sudo apt install, because that's what we are doing. Redis tools. Yes. I keep forgetting something. It's Redis tools, not tool. Voila, finally, the right command. So that I've installed Redis tools. Okay. There's a hyphen with
Like,
it's Redis tools, like hyphenated. Yeah. Okay. So click on yes. What we are trying to do now is we need the Redis. Is it like Redis is like a software? Should I say software? Come again.
I say to my own.
I did not hear what he said. Anyway, while it's installing, like I was explaining, you need to know that Redis has three components. You have the server, the CLI, and the database. So in order for you to, once Redis has finished installing, you can now access the CLI. The CLI is like the command line interface, like I mentioned, and it would give you now access to probably you'll be able to connect to a host on Redis with the command line, and from once you've connected, oh, it has finished. Try typing to see the CLI or the commands that you can use. See, again, you don't need to know all these commands because I did not know them myself, but a quick Google search would give you most of these commands. So let's see what you can do on the CLI. So type Redis hyphen CLI double hyphen help to see all the commands that are available. Like when you say man help on this thing on Linux, it gives you all the commands that are available and how they are used. So yeah, Redis CLI help is double hyphen help. Bonisam, have you guys had what did you do? It's okay, you found your error. There's no space. Have you guys done databases? Because then you're going to be familiar with some of the commands that we are about to use. So can you scroll up to see all the commands? Like, no, go back to the. But yeah, maybe you want to answer the question. But yeah, scroll up to see. It will tell you that to access the, on the usage, you have, keep going up. Yes, no, keep going up, 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 up. These are all the actions that you can perform on the CLI. You can get the, you can connect to a host name. You can connect to a host using the this dot slash. Yes, yes, yes. This is what I want you to see. Yes, perfect. So it says that you can connect to a host by adding the by typing the command ready CLI slash host slash h, then the host name. Or if you want to connect, but if you have a port number and you want to connect to a port number, then you can use the P. If you have like socket, like these are all the commands that can be used. So let's come in. Do you have a question?
No, madam.
Okay, so let's go back to our hack the box and see the question that was asked. So hold on, let me go to the question as well. It says that which command line utility is used to interact with the Redis server? Yeah. So what did we use to interact with it? Any ideas? Fiola, where's your enthusiasm? Oh, Bonisa. Any?
Madam is ready. See,
Voila. Perfect. That's it. Redis CLI. The bypass. Perfect. So right now, they said which flag is used with the Redis command line utility to specify the host name. We also saw this. So they said that if you need to connect to a host name, what do you use?
Dash H.
Voila, perfect. So that's what you use, dash H to connect to a host name. And now he said that once connected to the Redis server, which command is used to obtain the information and statistics about the Redis server? So we have not yet connected to a Redis server. So let's go back to our command line. And now we want to connect to the server. They said to connect to the host name, you use Redis CLI-H, then the IP, right? So that's exactly what we're going to do. Redis CLI-H, then the IP address of the machine that we have been given. Redis CLI-H, and then you have the host and the IP address. Yeah, you click enter. Okay, so right now this shows that we are connected to the server because we provided it with the target that we wanted. And now what can we do here? Again, since this is Redis, the commands you don't need to know it, but when you search online for the basic commands used on the Redis server, instead of using the help like the CLI, you can use info. So let's get some information about the type of server that we are dealing with. So just type in info, INFF, INFO, info. Type in info and click enter to get information about the server. So you should be able to see the server version, the and like the key space and other information. So scroll up and you should be able to see like these are all information about the server. So yeah, so we see the server version there. I think there was a question about the version. Well, let's go back to our questions. There are a couple of questions we can answer now. So it says, once connected to the Redis server, which command did we use to obtain the information and statistics about the server? Voila. Type it out. Info.
Info. Info.
Yes, still perfect. Used info. Okay, so next, what is the version of the Redis server being used on the target machine? What's the version that we had?
5.0.7.
Voila,
5.0.7.
uh, Thiola, I'll mute you. You're too excited.
Sorry. When it's working, it feels so good.
Yes, it's 5.0.7. You can type it out. And now, which command is used to select the desired database in Redis? Come again? No, let's go to our CL, to our command line, because this is something we are going to. Okay, not on a usually on this thing. Hold on, let's scroll down. Let's pay attention to something. Scroll down to the very end. Remember, why is your scrolling so slow? Keep going to the very, very end. Yes, okay, we are seeing the key space now. Remember, I explained that on the Redis server, it uses a like some keys that are keys in this case are like ID is yes primary how are they calling it in databases? But yeah, it's like the ID. So you have it's telling you that there are the keys. There are four keys, meaning that there are four tables. But then they asked us from the question. It says that which command is used to select a desired database in Redis. So if you want to select something in a database, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Here it's like if you're on a database, what do you think
The
you're
ID
going?
thing.
What Yes, but like, how do you get that ID number? What command do you use? Like, the how there's drop, how there's delete, how there's union. Like, what's the command to get something or to select a certain table?
You mean like select or what? Please,
Select.
what
Yeah,
is
yeah, exactly, exactly. The name says it because we are trying to get some tables or
I
anything.
didn't get the
So,
question. I'm sure my network tripped, but just
Mm.
uh, yes, it says which command is used to select the desired database in Redis. So the command is the select command, and if you type it out on your terminal, like I first try it out now because it has asked if you type it now and it's wrong, how would you be able to? Okay, you're fast to type it. Please go back to your CLI. Yeah, and write the select command. Let's say select 0 or select 1 or whatever you want to do. Just select. It should be a number between 0 and this thing 4 because we mentioned that there are just four keys, meaning there are four tables. So select 0 is like okay.
96. Yeah.
Yeah, so you have select C, put 0 or 1, whatever you want to put. Enter.
all of them give okay, okay.
Yes, meaning you've selected it, but yeah, when it's okay, you stop. It just tells you that you've selected it. Um, now for what do we want? Now the next let's go back to our questions, but we can answer this because they told us how many keys are present inside the database with index 0. Oh no. This question has to be specific. So to get this Bonisam, you should click select 0 because the index that they've given us is 0. So you need to be able to get the keys that are under that index. So it has to be select 0. Then because the index they gave us is 0. So yes, select 0. Then to list all the keys, what's the well, it's going to be keys star, which is like to list everything, because the star says to list all the keys under the index 0. So you have try keys star, and it's going to tell you all the keys that are present under this field.
So what you're saying is we do select star
No,
zero.
no. When you do select 0, you press enter. Then the next thing you type is keys star. I've just put in the command. So you to list all the keys, because that's what they've asked us to do. So it's going to be keys, like no, keys is plural. Then star to list all of them. Keys space star.
Yes.
Yes, like that.
Store temp and different things. Okay.
Exactly. So it shows you that how many keys are there? 4 keys, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
madam.
So we can now answer the question. Now, I want to say bonus, but I don't know what I'm going to give. So, what's the command that you get you use to? I want to say to get the flag, because you cannot use cat here, right? We have the hold on. What's the question that's been asked? Um, yes. How many keys are present? We said 4. Now, which command did we use to obtain all the keys in the database? Yes, you can answer this one, right? Yes, keys star. Voila. Now, submit the flag. Find a way to get the flag. Which command do you think we should use? Because we are clearly seeing that the flag is there. So it's going to be something, then flag. You cannot use cat flag because this is not a file per se. So the command is get. So get flag. You're not typing it. Get flag. Get space flag. Get space flag. Then you get the flag. You could also try to see the contents of the others. You can say get temp, get store, get you press enter, get num, whatever. So yep, that's your flag. Copy and paste. It should be without the semicolons, without the quotes.
Please, can I share my screen?
No, Fiola, you cannot. But hold on, let him finish to
I
submit
was
the flags.
victorious. So I was victorious. Let me
Ah,
just.
sorry. Yes. I'm clapping for you. I'm clapping for all of you.
Please, can the others
Thank you,
clap?
madam.
Can they clap? Be humble.
Yes. So we have now I think that's going to be all for today. So but yeah, you have access to hack the box. Most of the things are free, and you can try out the other ones. The write up is directly you can I don't know, stop sharing or whatever, and I can take it from here. But thank you so much, Fiola and Bonisam, for sharing your screens and
Thank you,
participating.
madam.
Yes. So you can try, obviously, these ones are VIPs, but you can try out this one as well. Where is it? You can try out dancing, you can try out fun, and for all them this very easy machine, you can click on official write up. When I click on official write up, that's if you're stuck somewhere, and you'd see all the steps on how to which command to put at what point, and you'd be able to do it. So let me stop this. Let me terminate my machine. So I go on starting point and I terminate. Perfect. So yeah, when I terminate, I can now go and share this tab instead. So that is it. These are some questions that I had, but then for the resources, you have the OAP stop thing that we use, more details about the SharePoint, Bridge, even the Blue Shield and Salesforce. So thank you again so much for bearing everything with, like, for staying throughout this presentation. And I hope you learned a thing or two. And right now, I would love to connect with you on LinkedIn or whatever it is. So if you have any questions, you can ask me. If you have any questions, you can ask me now. And yeah, if not, I'm always available if you have any security question and you need my input. So thank you so much. Thank you, iSpark, for organizing this. Loni asked me to. Thank you. Thank you, iSpark, for organizing this. It's really incredible the work that you're doing. So I had so much fun. So any question? Can you be louder, Bonisam? I cannot get you. Or can you bring your mic closer to you? Because I cannot
Yeah, thank you
get.
very much, Meli.
Okay, thank you to Yannick.
Yeah.
It was a real pleasure. So if there are
Also,
no
please,
questions,
also in the
yes, go on.
meantime, can you just drop maybe your LinkedIn handles to in the
Yeah,
chat?
that's what I said. Like for my LinkedIn, just type on LinkedIn Meli Imelda or just Meli Tchouala email. But okay,
Oh,
let me get the link on my LinkedIn and share it so it's direct.
all right.
Um,
Sorry. Questions. Please, trainees, keep the questions coming.
I'm going to be like, if you have no question, it means you understood everything I said, and that's a huge boost for me because I'm like, okay, even though I was panicky, at least I was audible, and you guys got everything I said. So yeah, that's my LinkedIn handle. So yep, that is me, and thank you so much for your attention, and until next time.
Please, can I please have the link to I have I been pawned website?
Mm, okay, let me check. Have I been pawned? It's actually have I been pawned.com, and that's it. But yeah, that's the link to have I been pawned.
Thank you very much. And thank you for
You're
the
welcome.
presentation and the labs and the practical. It was nice, very nice.
You're welcome. Okay, so thank you, Yannick, for moderating this session. I'm going to quarrel Loni later for not being present, but yeah.
Yeah. Thank you too very much, Meli. Well, by the way, Loni actually came in and I don't know, she was just in and out, in and out. But
It's
anyways,
cool.
yeah, pretty very well.
No problem. I had so much fun, and like I mentioned, bye bye, everyone. Thank you for having me.
Thank you too very much. I'm sure I'm obviously going to come into your LinkedIn.
Okay.
Yes, we go. All right. Yeah.
Bye bye.
Okay, everyone. Goodbye. Goodbye. So that's the end of this session. I hope you all had fun. Yeah, I'm sure. In fact, you obviously came to learn new things. I'm sure you learned the new things. I'm sure you're all back with the zeal and enthusiasm to practice everything you saw here today. So also keep in mind that this session was or is being streamed, and you can always get over to the Iceberg No YouTube channel too. refresh your memory, and if in case you didn't grasp a specific thing, you can always head back there and watch the video online. Yeah, so thank you very much, Meli Melda. Thank you very much, everyone else who is present. Yeah. Let's go for Sumenta. Please, can you say something, or anyone? So start with Sumenta. Say something, maybe your
In Fiola's words, why are you putting them on the spotlight? But okay, I'm not going to intervene in your process.
No, no, they should be put on the spotlight. It's necessary for growth.
okay.
Wow.
Madam, I'm very thankful about the session. At least I learned a lot about cybersecurity, and I'll be very grateful if we can have you next time here on ISPAC.
Okay, thank you too, Tumenta. And just from hearing your feedback, I recall that I was supposed to put like cybersecurity careers like that are related to software security. Because obviously everything that we've been doing it was focused on the network side, but there are more interesting things to do as a software engineering, and maybe you can research on your own, and if you have any questions you can ask Loni to connect us and we can discuss more about specific cybersecurity careers that are related to the software engineering field. But yeah, thank you so much for your feedback and comments.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah. Anyone else? I can see Wisdom. I can see who else? Chida. Chida is there. I've not heard your voice. Big voice or voices. Anyway. Okay. Maybe they're not available at the moment. But anyways, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Meli. And we really hope to see you any other time, anytime you are free, anytime you have such amazing content. You can always get to Lonnie. I'm sure she'll really be glad to link to prepare another session for all of us again.
Yeah, thank you again so much and have a great day. Have a great rest
All
of your day, guys. Bye bye.
right. Okay, better one. So that marks the end of this session. So thank you very much, everyone. Goodbye.